Oi, oi, oi. Elimination Chamber was won for the books, and shout out to Australia for bringing in the fire as we continue on the road to WrestleMania and on this live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. Let's go. Well, hello again, everyone. We are the highest tier pod here, weekly unfiltered wrestling and entertainment. Welcome to the World Elite Podcast. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We're on YouTube and Twitch as well. I'm Marcus, and of course, in the middle, that's Jordan. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. I'm doing fantastic. Unfortunately, Dylan is not with us. Please say a prayer for him. He has COVID, and I hope he gets better. But filling in for us is my co-host of SAT Sports, Freddie. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Back-to-back nights.
Yeah, I like that. We haven't did that in a while.
We haven't did it in a while. We haven't did it since, I believe, before Survivor Series.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention when we recorded last night that, hey, I was going to have you back on for World Elite, filling in for Dylan for the week. But I was getting sidetracked and I was getting tired. I was like, I know you had to go, so I was like, all right, we'll just make it happen. Dylan's already commenting, tuning in already.
What up, Dylan?
This episode is brought to you by 80s Tees. Go to 80stees.com. Use our promo code WorldElite to get 30% off. Plus, follow our social media. Links in the video description below. And, of course, we're also affiliates with WWE Shop. You scan that barcode, and we'll order some stuff and use World Elite, and we get some commission, baby. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. So I figured we just kind of go into the Elimination Chamber talk. Real quick, I gotta ask, and be honest, besides me, who got up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. Eastern to watch the Elimination Chamber live on Peacock, or did you wait till a couple hours later when you were wide awake?
No, I saw it in the afternoon. I did not wake up.
Yeah, me and Dylan's brother Ryan got up at that time.
Oh, so
but fell asleep after.
Y'all had a sleepover and got up in the morning for Elimination Chamber. There you go. Yeah, I got up at about 10 after 3 Central, cooked breakfast for myself, and enjoyed it. I somehow made it through the whole night, but when it was over, I took like an hour and a half, 2 hour nap. I was done for the night. But overall, I mean, it was a decent show. I really enjoyed it in front of the 52,590 that jam-packed that stadium. I think it was one of the most predictable nights. Like, it's not often I have a perfect record. Like, everyone I predicted for Elimination Chamber won, so I had a perfect score, even for the kickoff show. So if you remember the card, so like on the pre-show, the Kabuki Warriors beat Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell to retain the women's tag team titles. Then on the main card, Becky Lynch beat Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, and Tiffany Stratton in an Elimination Chamber match to be the number one contender to face the Women's World Champion at WrestleMania. The Judgment Day defeated New Catch Republic. I'm going to have to get used to that name, to retain the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Drew McIntyre beat Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton in an Elimination Chamber match to determine the number one contender for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. And in the main event, maybe the most easy predicted main event, Rhea Ripley beats Nia Jax to retain the Women's World Championship in her home country, in front of her family, in front of her friends. I enjoyed the show. But what did you like about it? What was your match of the night? What was the worst match? Talk to me. Go ahead, Jordan. What you got?
Well, the best match, I might have to go with the women's chamber match, and I don't know if I have a worse match. It was maybe the pre-show match, but overall that was It was a great pay-per-view or PLE, whatever they call it now.
Premier live event.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Freddie?
So mine was the men's chamber. I thought it for storylines and what's coming off WrestleMania. I thought coming out of that chamber, you probably got about 4 or 5 different matches that could probably happen at Mania. Obviously, you have looks like they're gonna do Orton versus Logan Paul. You're gonna have LA Knight versus AJ. You obviously have Drew versus Seth. So that's 3 matches that came out of that one match. That's probably all gonna be at WrestleMania, whatever night you want to put it on. But that was definitely the match of the night. The low of the night was the segment with Seth and Cody. I thought it went entirely too long. It really did nothing for me as for him challenging The Rock. It just went too long. I thought if you were going to do that, why don't you just put Cody in a match against Austin Theory or somebody? Put him in a match, a 5-10 minute match, whatever it is. But that whole thing went entirely too long.
I'm talking about the Grayson Waller effect.
Yeah, and entirely too long.
Okay, so my match of the night, I gave it to the tag match with Judgment Day and New Catch Republic. That was so many near falls. I mean, just about every match was good. There really wasn't a worse match, unless you want to say the women's tag match on the kickoff was the worst match. It was less interesting. It would have made much better if Candice and Indy won, especially Indy winning in her home country, but I get it. But I was hoping, they said even Dylan read my mind. Grayson Waller effect segment wasn't really needed at all, but it was something to give Grayson Waller a moment in his country since he wasn't even on the card. I think it'd have been a lot better if you didn't have to put Austin Theory in it, but they made it entertaining. Austin Theory trying to imitate The Rock, and Seth Rollins ran him into that sign while he was hollering, la, 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 la. Cody Rhodes calling out The Rock for a match. So do you think we might get Cody and Roman one-on-one maybe for a night one, or you think you could stick to a tag match if it happens?
That's interesting. I wonder if they'll – it looks like they're going toward the tag match. That's what I would assume, is they're doing a tag match. That's the logical out of it. Maybe down the line you get a one-on-one match after Cody wins the belt, maybe with The Rock. See, I think this is how this is going to play out. I haven't been on World's Lead in a while, so
good point to this.
I haven't been on a while. Yes. Oh, what's that? Waller? Oh no, yeah. Waller
that's a good point.
Yeah, definitely. The Rock's going to be a heel this entire time. Even when Roman loses the belt, I think heel Rock is going to stay. So I think you get a Cody versus Rock maybe at SummerSlam probably. I would assume that would be the way to go. Obviously, night one, we're going to get a tag match. And then obviously they're going to work double duty night 2 unless Seth works night 1 2 times. I don't think you're going to put both. I don't think you put both championship belts on night 2.
Okay. Well, good morning, bro. Cass. Did you get to go to Elimination Chamber? That's what I'm wondering, if he attended or not. But so let's say this Cody Rock match happens, or this tag match happens. Do you see The Rock turning on Roman, or do you see Seth turning on Cody?
The Rock turn on Roman, I guess.
I think the logical was Seth turning on Cody.
A lot of people think it's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's so unpredictable right now. There's so much that could go on. Like, there's already predicting, like, they don't know. A lot of people predicting we might see a ladder match, like, for the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe, like, Gunther ain't going to have a one-on-one match. He's probably going to face multiple superstars, and that was, like, thrown as a predicament the way Raw happened just now. The other night.
Yep.
Where he got interrupted by Damian Priest in the Judgment Day, and he started naming other superstars, and some people predicted, we might get a ladder match. I don't know if I want Gunther in a ladder match with multiple guys. I think I want him in a one-on-one match. If it's got to be Sami's.
Right. But if you're trying to get the belt off him, that'll probably be the best way to get the belt off him without him having to actually get pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they want to pin him yet. But then how do you get the belt off him?
Pin him.
Yeah. Or you have a ladder match.
Now, if they do have a ladder match, he's going to obviously retain it. I can't see him losing it that way. He's got to be pinned.
If they have a ladder match, Sami Zayn's going to win. 100%.
I was hoping maybe Logan Paul defended a ladder match against various other guys, but people think we might get a Randy Orton-Logan Paul feud one-on-one. It shouldn't be for a title.
Maybe you get a triple threat. KO Logan and Randy.
Yeah, because you could take LA Knight out of that because a lot of people think might get a LA Knight AJ Styles feud now.
Yeah.
The only thing so far locked in, we got Cody Roman, Seth Drew, and Bailey and Io, and Rhea and Becky. You could kind of throw Jimmy and Jay in there. You know that's going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's a lock. Logan versus Randy's probably a lock.
I thought Randy Orton had a back issue, like he hurt his back in the chamber. I don't know if they didn't say his condition, if he was out, or they just said he had back issues.
Unless that was a work storyline, could have been.
Possibly. Well, I will say, both chamber matches were good. I thought that, for the women's chamber, I thought, even though she didn't win, I thought Tiffany Stratton had a hell of a performance. That swanton off the top of the pod had me in an awe, and I can't wait till they end up putting the title on her down the road. I'm calling it now. What's up?
No, she was definitely a fan favorite there. I was surprised. She got cheered. Like the biggest baby face that's there.
I'm going to go with – I'm calling a prediction here. Tiffany Stratton wins Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I'll agree there. I'm taking that. Yeah, I agree with you.
For the men, I'm not 100% sure yet. I wouldn't mind if they gave it to LA Knight or something, but I think we'll wait for the months to go by to see how that goes. Just don't give it to Logan Paul or something.
Maybe Braun Breaker gets the Money in the Bank.
Ooh, okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe Braun Breaker. I like that. I like him carrying that fucking briefcase.
But I'm gonna say Tiffany Stratton definitely is gonna win Money in the Bank come July in Toronto. Well, Wrestling Bros thinks Sami Zayn could win Money in the Bank. Yeah, and it's in Toronto, so yeah. I don't think he's going to get booed. I get the Maple Leafs and the Canadians are a rivalry, but I think they'll drop hockey on the side and just still cheer for a Canadian winning a big match like that in Canada. I will say, now the men's chamber, I got to give it to one. I got to give it to three people in that chamber. Are you getting overwhelmed with the comments, Jordan?
No.
All right, first off, Kevin Owens. The whole night. First off, he arrives with a koala bear.
Then an adopted koala bear that he adopted.
Oh, really? I didn't think they'd let him.
That's what they said. He adopted a koala bear.
I'm pretty sure you can have koalas, bears in Canada. I don't know about America. Unless if he's living in Florida, you can get away with anything in Florida.
You can. You really can.
Oh, by the way, he's sitting in his son's room. So I didn't know y'all Breaker Box was in his room.
Yeah. So it's right here. It's in his room. Yeah.
So now if you ever piss him off, he can just get up and turn your bedroom lights off.
Oh, no, he can't. He can turn off the AC. He can turn off everything.
You gotta watch it.
Yeah. He can turn off everything.
So Kevin Owens brought a koala bear to the stadium. He acted like a dog in the pod, especially when Logan Paul got into the chamber and he kept banging his head like a dog, come here, motherfucker. And a part where was it Orton that kept running his head into the glass and then Kevin Owens was just punching the glass on the other side.
Oh, that was LA Knight and Drew.
Oh, so it was LA Knight. Okay.
Yeah.
So I forgot about that. That was hilarious. Shout out to Bobby Lashley spearing Logan Paul through a pod. And shout out to Randy Orton for that kick-ass RKO to Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Logan Paul drawing on the cell window is awesome.
Yes. He drew devil. First he drew devil horns. Then he wrote like Kevin sucks, and then he drew like a fat stick person.
What's crazy is that he drew it the opposite way so that you can see it on the live camera. That even takes more skill.
And you can see it on his Instagram and his TikTok in WWE. Can you imagine if that was like live on Peacock? You could see that. But I guarantee you, people in the front row saw it, and I'm sure they recorded it too as well. Dylan also said the interaction with KO and Lashley before the Chamber was hilarious. When Orton was on top of Bobby's pod, posing. That was too. So, a couple things about the men and women. So, I'll stick with the men. So, I mean, we knew who was going to win. It was, there you go. So, anyhow, LA Knight gets eliminated by AJ Styles. AJ Styles somehow manages to get in the chamber while someone was getting eliminated. Like when they opened the doors, he just got in, whacks a steel chair, beats the hell out of him. So that kind of tells you if we're going to get a LA Knight AJ Styles feud at WrestleMania. Go back to the days of Impact all over again when it was Eli Drake versus AJ. And
he's cooled off a little bit.
See, I didn't think Orton was going to be the runner-up. I thought it was going to come down to Drew and Logan Paul. But Logan got eliminated by Orton, but Orton was already fighting with the hurt back. But before he exited the chamber, of course, takes the brass knucks and he knocks out Randy Orton. Drew wins, which Drew's been killing it as a heel, especially making fun of CM Punk. It's obvious we know what's going to go down. Drew's going to win the World Heavyweight title and keep it till Punk comes back and we get a Punk-Drew feud, probably at SummerSlam or Survivor Series. Punk wins the title and he goes into next year's WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, Damian Priest cashing in. If he don't cash in on a World Championship, he could cash in on a mid-card title, but I don't know if he'll be successful.
That'd be terrible. He has to cash in on the top. He has to. At this point, you have to.
I just think it's dumb. Like, I feel like if you keep it tradition, like cash in on a world title, whether if you're successful or not. Theory kind of ruined it, cashing in on a mid-card title, even though he didn't win it. I think they should just keep tradition. Same thing for the women's.
Do you think there is? They go the route of at Mania. Seth beats Drew. Drew goes crazy, beats the shit out of Seth. Priest comes in and cashes in.
No.
Okay.
If he cashes in, he'll be unsuccessful. But something tells me, I think he's going to cash in before Mania, and R-Truth's going to cost him. Or DIY is going to cost him, or The Miz is going to cost him.
Well, the thing about it is that Seth is not going to have a match until Mania. He's not going to be in the ring matches at all.
Well, maybe he could cut a promo, get ambushed by Drew. Priest comes in and tries to cash in, and then that's when he gets screwed.
True.
Yeah.
Unless they wait till Mania to do it, and he fails, or he could fail on his own.
I found it interesting that he was interacting with Gunther on Raw, how he was trying to like dethrone. I'm like, so maybe this whole cash in, this whole briefcase thing is going to fail. Because now they have him interacting with Gunther for that title, so it's kind of like, okay, maybe he's not gonna win the belt at all if he cashes in.
No, he's absolutely not gonna successfully cash in. He's gonna fail.
Yeah.
I don't think he's not ready. Plus, if whatever they decide with the tag titles, if they're gonna have just them against Miz and R-Truth, or just DIY, or do like a triple threat or a 4-way with another team, they're going to lose the titles anyway. I think we're going to have new tag champs at WrestleMania.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, now the women's chamber, we knew Becky was going to win, and I'm not complaining about it. We want Becky versus Rhea. It's obvious it's going to happen. Now, I don't know what Bianca's fate's going to be. I don't know if she's going to fight Jade Cargill or if Jade's going to fight Nia. Like, we don't know what's going to happen with Bianca or even Jade Cargill.
Am I the only one that didn't want Becky to win this match? I don't want to see Becky and Rhea at Mania. Like, I'm thinking, like, I was honestly thinking Bianca. Bianca and Rhea is way better matchup than Rhea and Becky.
I know that a lot of people were pissed that Liv Morgan did not win because everybody wants to go back to when Liv and Rhea were once tag team partners and tag team champions, and she turned on her, and it was long-term storytelling. But it's like at the moment, with what I saw on the internet, no disrespect to Liv Morgan, but if she got to control her fucking fan base before you want to put a title on her right now. Because if you don't know what I'm talking about, there were some people on Twitter that were, which people bitch and complain on Twitter all the time. They were bitching and complaining that Liv Morgan did not win the chamber match and Becky won, and people were pissed. Now, in real life, Becky did not want to travel because her daughter, she had to leave her daughter. Her daughter was sick. I don't know what sickness she had, but there were people tweeting wishing that her daughter died.
Yeah, that's insane. Bro.
Like,
For wrestling fans, some wrestling fans are, Lord.
Like, and I remember the motherfucker's Twitter name because I found it, but like people like that, no. Fuck you. Like, you don't need to blame that on a child or even wish for a child's death. Fuck, I wish your fucking bitch ass was dead for making stupid comments like that.
Facts. Well, let's not wish death upon anybody. But you get my comeback. You get my drift. I get it. Trust me.
I guarantee you it's probably an AEW mark that just needed a reason to complain. Because trust me, AEW fans were fucking complaining about they didn't sell the show out. Look at all that floor view. Well, they did sell out. They sold its seating capacity, but you don't have to fill the entire floor up. You need walkways to get to like concessions or the bathroom or whatnot. But then they want to compare it to Wembley at all in because they had 80,000 compared to. Well, yeah, Wembley is bigger than Optus Stadium. Doesn't matter the size of the stadium. They actually filled and sold out the stadium. I did see. I most likely will. I will talk about that when we get to the AEW talk. But other than that, I thought Elimination Chamber was hell of a show. What did you guys think overall? What did you rate it out of 5 stars?
I'll give it a 4.5.
Yeah, I'll give it a solid 4.
I'm giving it a 3.5 because Grace Waller effect was too long.
Entirely too long.
Match of the night, I did say. I mean, we all had different matches of the night. I said the tag match. One of y'all said the men's chamber. The other one said the women's chamber. So I'll say 3.5. And Rhea, of course, having her moment. But yeah, we kind of bashed and joked about Nia Jax main eventing a show, but at least she didn't botch. I'll give her that. She didn't botch. She didn't seriously injure Rhea. She able to hang in with her, make her like this unstoppable force where Rhea actually hugged in, kind of giving me WrestleMania 3 vibes with Hogan and Andre.
Honestly, her second time around in WWE, she's been pretty fucking good.
That's what I'm hearing from the critics. Like, she hasn't been botching lately.
Yeah.
She just needs to work on her safety protocols. So, yeah, I noticed this the other day. I don't think this is going to be a long topic, but I got to get your take. I'll start with you on this one, Freddie. What's your take on Tama Tonga signing with WWE?
It's about fucking time. Should have been in WWE 3 years ago. 4 years ago, he should have been there. When him and Roman were having that beef back and forth, when Roman popped for the steroids and they were going at it with each other on socials, it was way overdue. He even talked to, I think he did an interview last year, said that he had good talks with Triple H and the deal was offered, but then he had decided to renew up with New Japan for a year. Him coming in is going to be, I think he's going to join The Rock. and I think you're going to see a bloodline feud within each other.
Another bloodline civil war. Huh?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 100%. Even though he's not officially Hawaiian Tama Tonga, but he's Haku's son, and The Rock always says Haku's like an uncle to him and a cousin. So there's going to be, I don't see him going to be with the Good Brothers like people are saying. Nah. If he's coming to WWE, he's not coming to WWE to be on with the fucking Good Brothers. He's coming to WWE to be a part of something big. Because there's no way he would have left New Japan for anything less than that.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, do you think we're going to see Tama Tonga eventually join the bloodline or work with them?
Yeah, I think he joins The Rock. I think maybe The Rock will be that. He's definitely going to be something. He's got to. He's too good too. He's too fucking good.
Oh yeah, I mean I've seen some of his matches in New Japan and whatnot. Jordan, what can you say about Tama Tonga that you know of?
No, I just can't wait to see what he does in WWE, and I like what Freddie said about with the bloodline stuff.
You gotta excuse my facial look. I'm trying to sneeze. Hey, is that one of them water bottles where it got that little thing inside, like a fruit flavor that makes the water have a different flavor?
Yeah.
I think Dylan told me that he has one of those. My sister got one of those. I forgot what it's called. Dylan, comment about it.
It's a circle.
My sister got one for Christmas.
Yeah.
You flip a switch and the water got flavor, like a fruit flavor, but if you flip it off, it tastes like regular water. But Jordan said he gave the best possible answer, absolutely knowing nothing about Tama Tonga. Hey, it's okay. I don't know a lot about Rodney Mack, except he's from Church Point, Louisiana, and he was in a tag team with Chris Nowinski, and he had Theodore Long as his manager. Hell yeah!
My only thing, I hope they don't water him down. I know he's going to be a watered down version, but I hope it's just not completely watered down. I hope he comes with the face paint sometimes, still with the smart ass shit. Because he's great on the mic. If you give him a microphone, he could probably out-talk. He's probably the second best talker next to The Rock on the mic if you put him in there.
Well, I'm gonna say, when he signs, do you see him going straight to the main roster, or you think they send him to NXT?
That's going to be interesting. Depending on where this bloodline thing is going, you would say NXT, right? You would think that.
I think that'd be the best option. I mean, I'd like to see
you would think NXT, but if he's a hired gun by The Rock coming in, and maybe they put him on TV, shit.
You never know these days. We'll see.
But I love it. I think that's a big get for WWE. It's not. I mean, it's not obviously Okada or fucking Sasha Banks, but I mean, Tama Tonga is good. And if he went to AEW, he would have got lost. There's no reason to be there.
You say that about everybody.
I said about everybody, right? I said about everybody.
What about Will Ospreay? I know we don't have a topic on him, but he's now officially All Elite. We'll talk more about all that when we get to it. But yeah, if you watched Dynamite last night, he is officially All Elite. You kind of say he made his All Elite debut, even though he already had a match like with Jericho and whatnot. Dylan said NXT is the best start. Yeah, see, I think it'd be perfect. He'd go start in NXT. Be there for like maybe a year and a half, and then get called up to the main roster, whether the Bloodline story is still going on or not. But I'm looking forward to it, which I know you watch NXT. You rather NXT than AEW.
100%. To see the thing why I say I think he's fast tracked to the main roster, right? He's going to be 40. They have to come. He's not just going to come in and be a year and a half in NXT.
Mm-hmm. Well, you want to talk about jumping shift from back and forth, whether if it's from NXT to WWE to AEW, now back to NXT. I don't know if he's going to go by his former name or
Sean
what
Spears.
he recently was, but you could call him the Perfect 10 or the Chairman, or you want to call him Ty Dillinger or Sean Spears. He's back in NXT. But now this image of him right here, I don't know if that's what he wore on NXT. If that's the shirt he actually wore, then I guess he's going by Shawn Spears and not Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, I saw the post interview with him, and he was going by Shawn Spears. NXT poster says Shawn Spears makes his return to NXT.
Well, I love that it's got chair across the Nightmare Factory logo. We know it's Cody's logo. Yeah, so yeah, according to Wrestling Bros podcast, yeah. We need a crossover one day. We got to invite Wrestling Bros on the show for a live stream.
We do. They tweet me a lot too. I like them. They're pretty dope.
Yeah, we got to invite you guys in the future. Dylan said, yeah, he kept the chairman gimmick. Yeah, I do like it. But
if you notice everybody who's jumping from AEW to WWE, they're keeping their same gimmick they had at AEW. I think WWE is doing that for a reason. They're not changing anything up about anybody who's coming over.
Yeah, because for a minute I thought he was going to go back as Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Wait, so all those vignettes on NXT for the past couple of weeks, that's him?
Yeah, that was him.
Ah, okay. Got you.
But, I mean, I'd rather him walk around sitting in a chair in like a spotlight or whacking people with a chair than just going around and doing.
Right.
Like trying to throw magic, like, boom. I'm a fucking 10, boom. Speaking of AEW, can we just talk about if that's even real? Someone spoiled out that they were going to update their logo and they had this ugly ass font, but they were going back to it, the color powerful logo shit.
I saw a couple of people put that out there. That's going to be the new AEW Dynamite logo. I'm assuming after Revolution.
Oh my god, that logo's fucking ugly as hell. But I'm glad they're going back with the color powder shit, because that was pretty neato. So he's in. That means yes. But I don't know what they're going to do with him next. I mean, I'd like to see him have a match, Stand and Deliver, but we'll see. What you think the future could be for Shawn Spears with NXT?
I really don't know, right? I don't know who he can wrestle, but I like that he's with NXT because I don't know the last time we saw him on AEW.
Probably like on a Rampage or something. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a while.
Yeah, he's been out for a minute.
Well, I don't know if his contract went up or they kept them in catering. So I don't know. Well, yeah, Sean's gonna definitely treat him better. Speaking of Sean, did you see that R-Truth video talking to Shawn Michaels and he says, "You remind me so much of Shawn Michaels"?
He was calling him Gargano, right?
He was calling Gargano Shawn Michaels and Ciampa Triple H.
Gargano.
He's calling them DX when it's DIY. That's when I saw the shirt and it had DIX, and I'm like, wait, what? Dicks?
Yo, R-Truth is fucking hilarious, man.
R-Truth, they need to protect him. I made a short about it a few weeks ago. They need to protect this man. Keep him on our TV. Yeah. You don't even got to put a title on him. I mean, I'd like to see him as a tag champ, but keep him entertaining because he is rolling.
No, he's fucking hilarious. He's never not funny. Literally, never not.
He never not aged, and it's been 20 plus years since we first saw him on television.
Yep.
He's like 50 something years old, and he looks just as young as I do. I wonder what his secret is. Like, if I ever get R-Truth on this show, I'm going to ask him, how do you stay so good looking or whatnot?
And you know what he would say? Typical R-Truth, black don't crack.
So, there you go. Well, before we get to any predictions and whatnot, I do want to mention a couple of things that I'm going to start talking about on this show weekly. So, since it's WrestleMania season, there's at 2 shows for sure, maybe 3, because they usually do it around WrestleMania season. A&E's got its Superstar Sunday thing back, so now for the next 6 weeks, we're going to be having episodes of WWE Rivals, which I do love that show, and the biography on WWE Legends. Well, they just did Rivals on Triple H versus The Rock. I think it's season 3 of Rivals. They kicked it off with that, and they kicked off season 3 of WWE biography with Randy Orton. I watched both episodes. They were really good. I was so hyped to see the Rock Triple H rivalry episode because that was basically my childhood. Watching WWF in 99 and 2000, that's all you mainly saw was Triple H versus The Rock. But I got to ask, and Dylan, you could comment on here if you'd like to, but is there any favorite Triple H Rock match that'll live rent-free in your head?
It would have to be their ladder match.
From SummerSlam.
Yes. I think that'd probably be the best. That's at least the one that I remember the most.
Okay. Jordan, I know you were an infant when they were, but I'm pretty sure you may have went back and watched classics on the network or whatnot. But unless if there's one you could think off of your head, what would you pick?
I might go with Freddie. Pick.
Okay.
The ladder match.
So I'm going to put 2 on here. I'm going to put a match they both won. So for Triple H, I'll say the ladder match from SummerSlam 98. That was one of my favorite ladder matches of all time. I rated that match 5 stars when I covered that pay-per-view. And favorite match of theirs that The Rock won, I'm going to go with their match at Backlash 2000. When Austin came back, first time we saw him on television since he got hit by Rikishi. Yep. Took out the McMahons. Linda brought Earl Hebner back out after he was fired and won the title. Wrestling Bros picked a good one. The fully loaded 2 out of 3 falls match, even though it went to a draw, but definitely the ladder match. Dylan says he agrees the ladder match as well for the Intercontinental title. I mean, it's one of what 3 of the most iconic ladder matches for the Intercontinental title. If you think of Razor and Shawn Michaels, and there was another ladder match for the IC title that was famous, and then it was this one too, Rock and Triple H.
Yeah, I think also the one I remember wasn't their best, but a memorable one was probably the very first SmackDown main event when they with Shawn Michaels as a special guest referee. Yeah.
I don't want to think about that. Yeah, and then of course biography. We watched the episode. They did Randy Orton, which we knew about his past and whatnot and his run through his career. I gotta say his new wife is hot as shit.
Yes, sir.
But I know we did a segment a couple of years ago. I think it was Dylan and Jordan did a segment. I think it was called World Elite Spotlight, and they did an episode on Randy Orton. Because I remember I requested, I said, you got to do the OVW class of 2002. And we did one on all 4 except Shelton Benjamin. But when we talked about Randy Orton, we said a bunch of things. But I will ask again, do you have a favorite match you ever saw of Randy Orton, even if you saw it in person?
You asking me or Jordan first?
Jordan, you can go first on this one.
Oh boy. Trying to think.
Well, while you think about that, I'll just go ahead and say it wasn't a favorite of mine, but I'll say one of his most memorable moments that I've witnessed was when he beat John Cena in that TLC match to become the undisputed WWE World Heavyweight Champion in 2013.
In the ladder match, right?
TLC match, but yep, I was there for that pay-per-view. I saw him win both belts, and then I saw him lose both belts at WrestleMania to Daniel Bryan. So I was there for his title run. Damn gold-haired Benjamin got the shaft. What you think was worse for Shelton Benjamin, the gold standard or Shelton Benjamin's mama? I think it was his mama, but it was kind of entertaining. I didn't mind Shelton Benjamin with blonde hair.
He was the
I did
gold
like-
standard at that time. That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I did like that gimmick, gold standard, but I was like,
Yeah, the gold
I didn't
standard
like
was
his
cool.
I didn't like his mama running around. They were trying to portray, but they trying to portray like Big Mama's house, the Nutty Professor, or Medea with her.
They were trying to do something.
But I really don't have a favorite Randy Orton match, but favorite RKO, I'll probably say the one he did on Evan Bourne. When Evan Bourne was going for the airborne and he called him an RKO. But a lot of people might say Seth Rollins RKO at WrestleMania, or a lot of people are recently going to say the RKO to Logan Paul.
I have two matches that are Orton from Randy versus Cactus Jack Backlash 04.
Oh, you and Wrestling Bros have the same. I bet Dylan will say the same answer too. But
yeah, Backlash 04, and then that Christian match for the belt was good too.
Which one? They had like 5 or 6 matches in 2011.
What was that? The Over the Limit 2011.
Okay, yeah, that one's kind of underrated. I figured you were going to say the No Holds Barred match from SummerSlam.
I actually was at the SmackDown where Christian lost the belt after winning it. He lost it that Thursday. It was SmackDown was on Thursday at that time. I was at that Orlando one. I was a Rampway when
Orton won the title.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, that was in Orlando.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I do have a favorite Randy Orton match. You want to talk about the greatest wrestling match ever with the same guy? How about his match with Edge for the Intercontinental Championship at Vengeance 2004?
Oh, they had a good feud.
When Edge ended that 7-month reign, and then the following month he won the World Heavyweight title from Chris Benoit. So that's my favorite Randy Orton match.
Oh, the CM Punk Randy match was good too from WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was a good match. Was that the best match of WrestleMania 27? Because I thought it was Triple H and The Undertaker.
No, it was, yeah.
Well, I know next week for both shows, for WWE Rivals, they're going to do Jake the Snake versus Macho Man. So I'm looking forward to that. And for Biography, they're doing Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
And this coming Tuesday, my favorite documentary is back, Dark Side of the Ring, and it kicks off with John Tenta, a.k.a. Earthquake.
You want to hear a funny story? When I was probably what, 13, 14 at the time. We used to have a all-you-can-eat pizza place out here called Cece's Pizza.
We have that here.
So my dad took me to Cece's. I want to say this was, I forgot what location. So we walk in, and he's sitting right against the wall eating at Cece's. Earthquake.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love their buffet. So I got to ask y'all a question. There are going to be 10 episodes. I'm going to tell you everyone it's season 5. Which episode are y'all looking forward to the most? And Billy could comment too. So they're doing Chris Adams, Sherry Martel, Terry Gordy, The Black Saturday, Chris Colt, The Sandman, Earthquake, Harley Race, Buff Bagwell, and Bruce the Barber Beefcake.
I'm looking now.
I'm going to say Black Saturday is the one I'm hyped for the most, but for a superstar, I'm either going to say probably Buff Bagwell's or possibly the Sandman's. It's the two I want to see the most. But I kind of want to see
Brutus. I do want to see Brutus Beefcakes. I don't know why they're doing a Kurt Angle one. I feel like
they're
all
not.
his stuff,
They're not.
They're not.
It was a joke.
Oh,
it was either a joke or Kurt Angle was not ready for it and they pulled it off the season.
Yeah, because I'm about to say, because his whole documentary they just had on it was enough. It literally went through everything.
Yeah, so I said Black Saturday, and for a superstar I said Buff Bagwell. Dylan said Terry Gordy he's excited for.
It would probably be the Sandman or Brutus. I want to see Brutus. I know Brutus is going to say some stuff about Hulk. That's why I want to see it.
What about you, Jordan? What episode you looking forward to?
Probably like the Sandman. Probably.
Yeah, that's going to be. Because, like, out of all of them, I think the only one I do not know is Chris Colt. Like, that's the only wrestler I don't know. I never heard of. But, like, all the other ones, yes. Chris Adams, I know who he is. whatnot. But it'll be interesting. I wish they'd tell you the order. I wonder if Brutus will be the season finale, or will it be like Buff Bagwell or the Black Saturday? I don't know.
It'll probably be Black Saturday. Probably, I would assume.
Yeah, like last season, the season finale was the Marty Jannetty one, the one Dylan was hyped for. Last season, I think the one I was more ready to see the most was Junkyard Dog, and I enjoyed it. The season before that, I think it was the Plane Ride from Hell that I was excited for, and it kicked off the whole season.
That was crazy, yeah.
And then the Steroid Trial was another one that I was hyped for, and I watched it. I feel like they won't do an Eddie Guerrero one now because they did a two-parted for Chris Benoit, and they mainly did Eddie on the first part.
Right, exactly.
Which was bullshit, but and I've always said, they're going to do some on this person or that person in the future, but we'll see when that time comes.
You know, I'm also interested in seeing Sherry Martel, too. I think that's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah, they're going to talk about probably her, like, alcohol abuse.
Yeah, that's going to be a good
drug.
one.
Yep.
Because apparently she passed away getting the same drugs prescription doctor as Benoit. They had the same exact doctor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, let's go to our final topic. We'll get to AEW Revolution. Now, I did watch Dynamite last night before we recorded SAT. Yeah, so Sting's last night in Dynamite was something to see. Like, they don't want to be called they don't want to be called the Young Bucks anymore. They want to be called AEW's EVPs. Nicholas and Matthew Jackson coming out with baseball bats. And by the way, Nick's fucking pink suit with his freaking fedora, his little mailman hat. Ugly choice of color. But like they're slowly walking out to the ring with baseball bats, and then there's like a few fans in the front row wearing Sting masks that you could buy as a kid at WCW shows. Well, they took one off of one person in the front row, and then there was a guy next to him. He pulls the mask off. It's Darby Allin. Darby like took some of Tony Khan's cocaine, ambushing him, jumps the barricade like a freaking hurdle in a track meet, and just started beating the shit out of him before they hit him with the bats. And then here comes fucking Ric Flair. Like Ric Flair getting in Sting spotlight. And Ric Flair just had a birthday on Sunday. How old did he turn? 75, 76?
Yeah, it's got to be something like that.
Slowly, his entrance was just as long as Roman Reigns coming down, and he looked like he's going to hit Darby, but worst punch I've ever saw to Nicholas Jackson, and goes to hit Matthew, and then he gets hit with a low blow. Worst low blow I've ever saw. And then they hear Sting's music, so they go to the rampway, and then what happens? Oh, classic WCW style, Sting coming down from the Raptors. Tony Schiavone about to have an orgasm, and I'm shocked they're still doing this after what happened with Owen Hart.
Right. I didn't think he was ever going to come down from the Raptors ever again.
Beating them down with baseball bats. Yeah, Sting's last night in Dynamite. Try to relive the glory days. But I do want to watch it just to see if it's really his last match. Because remember, Ric Flair retired like twice or three times. And now he's trying to get into wrestling again. But I would rather this than Sting versus Ric Flair again. It sucks it has to be a tag match. I kind of wish maybe Darby would have been his last opponent, or hell, maybe Christian Cage or Adam Copeland or some shit. Not a tag match, but I get it. Do you have anything you want to say about all this before we get to any predictions?
The Young Bucks changing their names to AW EVPs is a fucking joke. Yo, what the fuck?
Are they trying to be like Paul Skeens with those fucking
what
mustaches?
The hell? Really, bro? Give me a fucking break, man. Jesus.
And you can't call them Nick or Matt, or they get a $500 fine. Nicholas turns into a historian it says on our birth certificates, Nicholas and Matthew. That's a 500. Even Jordan's facial reaction is my same reaction when he says that every fucking week.
The fact that they're allowed to just, I mean, it literally is the Wild Wild West in AW. You can basically do whatever the fuck you want. Like the fact that they're call me an EV. Like, give me come on, man, enough, bro, enough.
But are you gonna tune in and watch this just because it Sting's last match?
Yes, I will. I have a stream that I usually go on. I watch out. There's 2 or 3 matches I do want to watch on here. I'm not going to completely shit on everything. There are 2 to 3 matches I would like to see. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna tune in.
Okay. Jordan, what about you? Are you gonna tune in?
Yeah, I probably will. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna tune in whether my dad wants to watch it or not. When I get off the air, I'm gonna call him and see if he still wants to watch it. But he ain't been keeping up with it lately. He even now thinks that it hasn't been entertaining, but he bitches and complains every week that WWE never changes the titles, but AEW plays hot potato with them, and he likes to see a new champion each freaking month. We'll see, but. Matter of fact, let's start off the predictions with this. So, Sting's last match is a tag match with Darby Allin. They defend the tag team titles against the EVPs or the Young Bucks. Hope I don't get a $500 fine saying that, but Nicholas and Matthew Jackson. This one, it's a toss up. Man, the fact that the fact that it's his last match, he could lose, but he could end strong and could just give up the titles and vacate them because the whole wrestling world is going to cringe if the Young Bucks or the EVPs get another title reign. But here's my thing. We'll start with Jordan, then we'll go with Freddie. And Dylan said he was going to comment his predictions, but I have 2 questions about this. First off, who wins, and does this main event the pay-per-view? If not, what would main event the pay-per-view?
I'm going with Sting and Darby Allin, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna put this one as the main event because of Sting retirement.
Okay.
If they don't put this as the last match, whenever this is done, I'm turning this shit off. But it sucks that this is the way Sting goes out because the Young Bucks are going to win. He's going to go out. They're going to win. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a fuckery match because it's a tornado tag. There's going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors. I wouldn't even be surprised if Ric Flair turns on Sting and causes them the match.
I think it's a setup. I think
it's a setup, 100%.
They win the titles. Flair's going to join the Young Bucks.
100%.
And the AEW marks are going to say this was the greatest pay-per-view since All In, and the WWE marks are going to be like, this was the biggest crock of shit I saw since Super Showdown 2020 or anything that happened in the freaking Thunderdome.
I mean, this has to main event because this whole pay-per-view is built off of that match. Literally.
I would not be surprised if a cokehead Tony Khan comes out and it's like, oh my God, we're in Greensboro. We're in Flair country. Let's kick it off with Sting's last match.
Hell, they better not.
Oh, no, but no, they're going to main event. You got Sting and Darby and these 2 jackasses on the poster. I'm actually, they changed it. It kind of pissed me off because I thought for the first time ever, AEW was going to have a pay-per-view poster that doesn't have the entire fucking roster on it. At first, it just had Sting on it. Dylan agrees Ric Flair is going to turn on him as well. But no, they put him, Darby, and the Bucks on the poster, which is better than freaking 40 people on a poster. You got to play Where's Waldo to find who you're looking for. But, all right, so we're going to move on. Now, I think it will main event, but if it did not main event, I would probably say the world title match would main event, but the tag match will. What about y'all? If the tag match didn't main event, what would close out Revolution?
You would think the triple threat. I don't see anything else that's
what? Oh, it's 3-way. You can't say triple threat in AEW. It's 3-way match.
Oh, 3-way. Sorry, 3-way. Okay.
I'm just fucking busting your balls. You can
say I would assume it's the. You would think that you would see the card placement is going to be interesting with this. You can't put the triple threat back to back with Sting's match. So the triple threat could possibly open the pay-per-view. It could.
They could pull a WrestleMania 8 and it'll be like match number 4 or 5 out of like fucking how many matches they got? 9. Wow, I thought they were going to be 14 matches. No, it's 9. But I guarantee you they're going to add like 4 bonus matches for the 0 hour like they always fucking do.
For no reason.
Thank you. They're going to put some Ring of Honor feuds for the 0 hour. All right, so next up, we got Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong for the AEW International Championship.
I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what belt would chase hands on this show. Obviously, if the tag team titles will, but there's 4 belts being defended.
Well, one match in particular is
5.
One match in particular is 3 fucking titles. They're calling one, but I think you're
right. So you have like 5. You have 5 titles on here. There's going to be more than one title change.
Well, there's actually 8 titles. 8
right.
titles.
I'm gonna go with Roderick Strong beating Orange Cassidy.
While we wait for Dylan to comment, something tells me Roderick will probably win because the Undisputed Kingdom's on a mission. They want to get all the gold, and Roderick might get the help from Adam, and Roderick might win the title. I think it happens too, and we'll never hear the end of that. So I'll move on. Okay, he got one. Roddy is winning. Thinks he's the betting favorite. Okay. All right. Okay. There's one match they ended up changing everything. Thank God. But I don't get why. First off, what are they? Did the Young Buck, did the EVPs come up with the idea in the first place? Are they that obsessed with basketball, or the fact they're in a badass basketball town like Greensboro? They wanted to come up with a match at first called Meat Madness because it's fucking March. What the fuck is Meat Madness? Thank God it's not happening no more. But before I
now it's called the All-Star Scramble.
What happened to the Face of the Revolution ladder match?
Yo, what the hell?
Well, I'd rather have that than a fucking scramble. I thought a scramble to WWE wise is 5 superstars in a 20-minute time limit, and whoever has the pin reign or whatever, the golden flag at the end of 20 minutes wins. You get this all-star scramble with the likes of Chris Jericho, Wardlow, Hobbs, Lance Archer. Where the fuck has he been? Lance Archer, Hook, Brian Cage, Magnus, and Dante Martin, and the winner's going to receive a future AEW World Championship match.
Is this like a battle royal, or is this like? Well, I'm confused.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I'm just glad it's not Meat Madness. Whatever.
I'm trying to figure out I don't even know what. I don't know if it's a battle. I don't know. I don't know if it's you got to pin somebody in the ring. If that's everybody's in the ring, but you have to pin each other. You got to throw somebody over the top. You would assume Wardlow would win.
I have Wardlow winning.
Yeah, I mean,
I got him too.
Yeah, the fact that they're burying Chris Jericho in these fuckery matches is hilarious. I love it.
I think Wardlow only wins just because if it puts him in a title shot, gives him a title shot, whether if he wins that or not, he's not going to give it to Adam Cole. Like Adam Cole's been saying, Wardlow's going to win the title and he's going to hand it to me. No, he won't. If he does win it, he's going to keep it. He's going to pull a Randy Orton on Triple H. But I think it's a clean sweep. We all pick Wardlow.
Yeah.
But what's worse, Meat Madness or an eye for an eye match?
Meat Madness, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's not even going to happen anymore. It just they love basketball and it's March Madness. You think for Meat Madness, you'd have more than 3 guys. You'd have to have 4 brackets, and you'd have to have a Final Four and a championship. Where are you going to find like 62 meated men? This is 62. I mean, how many teams is it in the March Madness? Is it like 90-something?
They're trying to extend it to 90-something.
So it's like 60-something.
Yeah.
It's like a bracket of what? Like Bracket of 15?
I believe so.
So 15 times 4. It's like 60 something. 70 something. I don't fucking know. I ain't no mathematician. My old lady is, but she's in bed. All right. Let's move on. FTR versus the Blackpool Combat Club. John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. I wouldn't be shocked if this match kicks off the show because Moxley, all he does is kick off AEW, except last night he didn't kick off. But and I'm going to take a page out of Queen's Takeover's show from last night. What's the point of FTR having these trios matches and having different partners? Is it because Cash Wheeler's fixing to go to jail and they're looking for a third wheel for Dax Harwood?
Oh, man.
But who y'all got winning this match? FTR or Blackpool Combat Club?
The Blackpool Comeback Club.
Yeah, I got Moxie and Claudio.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only picking FTR because it's in their home state. It's in North Carolina. I'm going with FTR. Dylan's going with Blackpool, so I'm the only one picking FTR. So, not so fast, you guys. All right, now we get the Father of the Year, Christian Cage, versus Daniel Garcia for the TNT Championship.
Where the fuck is Edge on this card?
I haven't doing those fucking cope opens on Collision.
He doesn't even have a match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why Daniel Garcia?
This makes no sense.
Is it Daniel Garcia a heel? Last I checked, he was a heel.
I'm a Christian. I mean, at this point.
Yeah, Christian.
Yeah, Christian Cage definitely retains the prodigy or the Father of the Year, and Dylan is also rolling with Christian Cage.
I'm just I'm weirded out that they don't have Edge on this show.
Me too.
It makes no sense.
Maybe he'll be on the 0 hour. He'll do a fucking cup open on the
Imagine
0
that.
hour.
Imagine putting Edge on 0 hour.
Put him against that dude that fought Jericho last night or some Atlantis or whatever the fuck his name was. Okay. Only a second reason I'm going to watch this pay-per-view because one guy, Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Will Ospreay.
Yeah, you have to say Will Ospreay. I guess they have him feuding with the Don Callis. Well, they're both heels too.
I think they're going to try and build Ospreay into a babyface, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm picking Will. I fucking love Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I'm going Ospreay. It's. I mean, two people fighting from the same group, but whatever. I thought they would have got. I don't know. Whatever.
All right, waiting on Dylan before we can move forward. But I'm sure he's going to pick Ospreay too. But we'll just wait what the comments say. But this next match, Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. So before I even say more, so is he no longer going to defend the Ring of Honor World title on his own? So I figured he was picking Will Ospreay. So when Super Card of Honor comes, is he going to defend the Continental Crown in the main event? He's going to defend 3 titles instead of just one because of did they unify it as fucking one title and then he's carrying around 3 belts? This is fucking stupid. You got the Continental Crown Championship, which is AEW's version of the Intercontinental Championship, the Ring of Honor World title, and the Strong Openweight Championship. Defending 3 titles at once. They might as well just drop that because that'd be stupid if he defends it like that at Supercard, which I don't know who he would fucking feud against. I don't even watch Ring of Honor, but this is how this is stipulation. If Bryan Danielson loses, he has to shake his hand.
Oh, God.
What the fuck, Tony Khan? You really ran out of ideas in your coke head? Oh, the loser's got to shake. If he loses, you got to shake hands. He's got to do the code of honor. Why?
Yo.
Plus, You might as well call it Eddie Kingston versus fucking Steven Richards. Bryan Danielson is the fucking Steven Richards of AEW, the right to censor of fucking AEW. That would be funny if Bryan wins the titles. But
I never want to hear fans complain that Roman had 2 belts when Kingston has 3 belts that nobody can give 2 shits about.
Well, Kenny Omega made it look fucking watchable, walking around with 3 belts, wearing one like an armored fucking shield, and either wearing one on his wrist or just wearing them 2 holding his hands. When Kenny was the belt collector. Anyhow, Jordan, does Eddie retain the Continental Crown and Bryan has to shake his hand, or does the comeback kid, Bryan Danielson, is a champion again?
I'm gonna go Bryan Danielson.
You know, I hate Eddie Kingston. He's from New York, from my city. I just don't like him in the ring. His moveset is weird. He's not believable. The fact that he goes over on most of the people he wrestles is but for some reason Tony Khan has a hard on for him, so I'm picking Eddie Kingston.
I mean, I want to see the magical moment. I'm picking Eddie Kingston to retain because I can't fucking stand this Bryan Danielson as this freaking safety guy or right to censor guy writing freaking fines to these wrestlers in real life and shit like that. But I don't like Eddie Kingston either. I don't know. I guess I just don't like his attitude. He's like a wannabe Kevin Owens right now. He just wants to fight everybody.
You know what? That's exactly what it is. I don't mind his promo ability, but you're right. He's like he's like a dollar store version of fucking Kevin Owens, literally. He's from my city. Like I would think I was like, damn, I love this guy, but no, I hate.
He's from Tommy Dreamer's hometown. He's from Yonkers, New York.
Yeah, I fucking hate Eddie Kingston.
He looked like the type I would. He would look like the type I would not want to run to in a freaking alleyway in freaking New York. Like a guy coming up.
I hate that chops he does. I fucking hate that. I hate it.
Like. I do not want to be in Astro gear and run into him in an alleyway with a Yankee hat on, a gold chain, a freaking Yankees jersey, and blue jean denim shorts, and some freaking Jordan Air Force Ones, because I'd probably get my ass kicked.
He fucking sucks.
I'll tell you who sucks this next match. Timeless Tony Storm. I'm fucking done with this gimmick. I fucking hate it. Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo for the AEW Women's World Championship. Does everything have to be black and white for Tony Storm now? Do they have to do the camera split where Deonna's in living color and Tony Storm's stuck in the freaking 1950s?
I'm trying to figure out. They brought Mariah May into. She's supposed to be this top free agent wrestler. Why the fuck is she being a valet to Tony Storm? It makes no sense.
I don't know. I'm just tired of these fucking marks thinking AEW came up with an invention like, oh my God, everything's black and white when it goes to her, but living color to Deonna, and they split it. WCW did it first with the NWO assholes. But y'all are y'all are generation fucking Z babies. Y'all don't know that shit. You were born in 2002. Didn't live to see the NWO days.
I like how a lot of
kiss my ass, Dylan. Fuck this gimmick.
I like how a lot of AEW fans who weren't even alive when WCW was at its peak say that that AEW is the biggest thing that's ever been on TNT.
They have obviously never heard of WCW.
Lord Jesus.
Or Jim Crockett Promotions.
Or they say the Bullet Club invented the Too Sweet.
That was the NWO too.
No, it wasn't the NWO.
And I'm not even an NWO guy.
It was the Click.
I'm a DX guy. But I mean, I like the Wolfpack, but I was a DX guy. But I hated the NWO, but I like the Wolfpack. That was the only NWO I repped. But okay. Tony Storm or Deonna Purrazzo?
I'm on Tony Storm.
Yeah, Deonna Purrazzo's not winning the belt. I'm going Tony Storm. Only if Mariah May costs her the belt, which I don't understand. Like I said, why she's still a valet. if she was some real good wrestler coming in from another promotion. I don't understand why she's not in the ring performing.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Gianna, but Tony's going to retain. Tony's
not losing it until Sasha Banks comes. We'll just put it that way.
What was it, Big Business or
Big Business, that they only got 6,000 tickets for a big business event.
a fucking 18,000, 19,000 venue. So, quick prediction here: do we get Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné at Double or Nothing?
100%.
And Mercedes wins the title. Okay, I'll buy that. I'm gonna stick with that. All right, then we got one more match to predict. We get a 3-way or triple threat for the AEW World Championship: Samoa Joe versus Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland.
I'll go Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, because Swerve and Adam Page are going to cancel each other out.
I would fucking love Swerve to win, but Joe's going to retain.
Joe has to retain, right? Yeah, Joe has to retain.
No, Okada's going to debut at Big Business with Mercedes Moné.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
New Japan Light is AEW.
Mm-hmm. I'll throw one more question in. When do we see MJF come back?
What's the next pay-per-view after this? Is it Double or Nothing?
Double or Nothing, Memorial Day weekend in Vegas, of course, like every fucking year.
I don't think he comes back until Adam Cole's healed completely.
I say he won't come back until Adam Cole gets the world title.
So you think he's the one who beats Samoa Joe?
No, but unless if it's like in a special type of match, it's not going to be one-on-one. And I doubt they're going to push Joe as a babyface when they have a feud. Something's going to give for Adam Cole to have that title. Till says when he debuts in WWE. No, I think he's going to go back to AEW. If MJF goes to WWE, you might as well rent a funeral home for AEW.
How awesome would it be if he shows up at WrestleMania and helps Cody win the belt?
Oh my God, nipple mania running wild on that one.
Yo.
No, you know I would love if we can bring Swerve back to WWE with this gimmick, not Adrian Adonis. Bring Prince Nana with you, bring the Fiend with you, have him do his little fucking dance when he come out. I want a fucking Swerve Roman feud. I want this fucking version of Swerve feuding with guys like Roman Reigns or even The Rock or CM Punk or Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins. Like, I want fucking this gimmick of Swerve in WWE. Bring it all.
Well, that's probably never gonna happen. I don't think he'll ever go back to WWE. He holds a grudge against WWE for some.
Oh, why? Because they fired Top Dollar.
Because they released them the first go around. Like, bro, shit happens. Like, and plus the old regime's not even there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you know what? I'd rather have Braun Breaker and Tiffany Stratton than Sasha Banks and Swerve.
Okay.
Shit, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams than Swerve.
Okay. I'm gonna get off the subject here. I just want to throw this in. When we get to Stand and Deliver, who main events? The NXT Championship, the NXT Women's Championship, or Melo versus Trick?
It would be. When is Dragunov fighting Melo?
At Roadblock next week. I think
Melo wins. If Melo wins the belt, then obviously it'd be Melo versus Trick for the belt. You would assume.
I think Trick costs him the title.
You think so?
I think he costs him the title. Because I think it's next week. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Hold on. While thanks to Freddie, I'm in the NASCAR, but Jordan knows that. Jordan gets talked to. As of right now, there's only 4 matches. Oh, and Carmelo Hayes is not fighting Ilya Dragunov at Roadblock. Carmelo Hayes. Wait, when is Roadblock? Roadblock is actually next week, March 5th. There's only 4 matches. Y'all want to predict them real fast?
There's only 4 matches. That's it for the whole card?
Yeah, I guarantee they're going to add an impromptu match. But so we got Carmelo Hayes versus Tony D'Angelo to determine the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes is going to win, and then that'll main event. And then Trick Williams will come back, like you said. You predicted it.
Yeah,
So,
Carmelo Hayes.
Raise hell and praise Dell. Oh, we got another Dell fan. I think I'm going with Tony D. We got to have Mello and Trick at Stand and Deliver. I'm going with the Don. I'm going with Tony D.
Unless they save Trick and Mello for something after Stand and Deliver. Maybe they move it out for because is Stand and Deliver the WrestleMania paper?
Yes.
Is that WrestleMania week? Oh,
it's Saturday morning.
Okay.
Saturday morning.
But it would be so dope if Trick came back and cost him the belt at Stand and Deliver.
I wanted Mello and Trick at Stand and Deliver, but Dylan, what do you think? Mello and D'Angelo to determine the number 1 contender at Stand and Deliver to face Ilya. While he does that, then we get Dijak versus Joe Gacy in an Asylum match.
Dijak.
I'm going Gacy this one.
I'm picking
Dijak
Gacy.
already beat him, I think, twice.
I'm going with Joe Gacy too. Dijak beat him at Vengeance Day, so
Yep.
I'm going to take Joe Gacy in this one. The Kabuki Warriors versus Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
I'm going
with the champ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kabuki Warriors as well. Yeah.
Kabuki. Now, if Mello and Tony, okay, he's picking Tony D. Who you got in Dijak and Gacy in the Asylum match? I guarantee he's going to pick the Kabuki Warriors too, but I want to see who he picks in Dijak and Joe Gacy. But then you get Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin versus Chase University for the NXT Tag Team Championships, and he's also picking Joe Gacy. Okay.
I'm gonna go Braun and Corbin.
So you got him going with the Wolf Dogs.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I don't think they lose the belt to probably Stand and Deliver because obviously you can't keep the belt on Braun that much longer since he's on SmackDown. I just don't think they lose it this week, but they probably lose it at Stand and Deliver to whoever. But they win this week.
Yeah, I'm also picking Braun and the Wolf Dogs to retain. Yeah, I told he was going to pick Kabuki Warriors. I had a feeling. Now, which match main events? Mello and Tony D or the Wolf Dogs and Chase U? Or maybe Dijak and Gacy?
I would say Mello, Tony D.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with them too.
So he is also picking Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. And it's free. You can watch it on USA. It's not on Peacock. But Stand and Deliver will be on Peacock in the morning again. So it'll probably be like 10 a.m. for us, maybe 11 a.m. But it's going to be in the morning, just like it was the last 2 years. Like I went to Stand and Deliver in Dallas. I had to be at the arena for 10 a.m., which that was the earliest I ever went to a wrestling show in my life. Never went to an AM show, but that's a bucket list right there. Well, that will wrap up tonight's live stream. Be sure to join us again next Thursday when we get some more topics and ideas. But real quick, of course, Fred, thank you for filling Dylan. Hopefully Dylan will be back with us next week. Where can the listeners find you on social media as well as SHE Sports?
Yeah, I'm the Real Freddy 85 on Twitter, IG Freddy III, and also tune in to SAT Sports Wednesdays. And if you don't tune in Wednesdays, you can always catch us on the replay Monday to Friday.
Yep, they're now. Yep, we're now moving them to my YouTube channel, so we're kind of independent. We're independent. We can kind of do them whenever we want, but I'm gonna try and keep them on Wednesdays for the time being. Now we did make a pitch. I like to talk with Dylan about that, but the week of the NFL draft, either we do a live stream for World Elite early, or take the week off, because Freddie and I are going to do our first ever watch along of the NFL draft for the first round on SAT Sports the night of the NFL draft.
Yeah. I did talk to Todd as well. He might want to join us, which would be awesome.
I think we should have a fucking watch party, like
right.
Dylan and Jordan. Have a
watch party. Yeah,
Dylan and Jordan.
About it. He was like,
"Y'all guys are invited. Yes. Let's bring Dylan and Jordan on too.
Have a whole draft watch party.
Tell Todrick to come. Yeah, I would love that, because I'm gonna work on taking that day off to make it happen. I'll definitely do it. I'm down for it. I got to see what day is night one of the draft.
I think it's the 25th. That's a Thursday, right?
Yeah, they do the first round on a Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday first round.
Second and third for sure on Friday, and then the rest is on Saturday.
It's on Saturday, yes.
For 6 hours, but yep. So yeah, Jordan, Dylan, if you guys want to join us when that day comes, I will send you all the link. You can join me, Freddie and Todrick. I'll be in my Jaden Daniels jersey and a Saints hat.
You can see me melt down when the Patriots trade the third pick.
I still think Jaden Daniels is going to go to New England. Well, Jordan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Jordan_J2000.
I'm on Twitter at MarcusElite337. The podcast is on Twitter at World Elite Pod. Subscribe to us on YouTube to watch our live streams anytime on demand. Also on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Twitch. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts on all audio platforms. Again, we're sponsored by 80s Tees. You know the drill. And then right below your screen, we are affiliates with WWEshop.com. Scan that barcode. Use our tag World Elite, and we will get commission. Well, last call. Y'all have any last words before we head out?
No. Hopefully this is really Sting's last match, but we'll see.
I hope. He's getting old, but he just don't be like Ric Flair. So, well, I got nothing else. Fred, again, see you next week. Keep in touch.
Yes, sir.
Jordan,
thank you for having me, guys. Dylan, make sure you get better, man. Stay hydrated.
Jordan, I'll see you next week. Dylan, I hope he makes his return and we see him next week also. All right. That will wrap up. Thank y'all for tuning in. Enjoy Revolution. Right, enjoy it if y'all watch it. Enjoy y'all's weekend. We're about to be in March. March Madness is coming. So
yes, sir.
Baseball's coming too. I can't.
Baseball's MLB be here
right before you know it. And we're going to continue down the road to WrestleMania. So, peace.
Deuces.